until and unless we know the reality of this world, we will be frightened. It's very interesting. It's rather a very interesting question because there has been a lot of things going about fear and all these things. So I would like to answer it in a rather unconventional way. I would like to rather make you understand through a story which I have heard from a master. So there was a rich man, and he had a very big house, a palace-like house, and near his house was a very big gate which was the entrance to the house, and on the either sides of the gate there were two dogs, very ferocious dogs, and due to those dogs the passerbys who were going till then by that road, they could not go because they were very frightened of the dogs, seeing their face and their aggression and everything. So people started avoiding the path and taking another route, an optional route. So the owner of the building, he understood that the passers-by are decreasing day by day. So one day he asked one of his servants that why don't you go to someone and why don't you ask them that why they avoided coming or going by that road. So the servant went and he got hold of one of the passerbys and said, my master has sent me and he has asked me to see or to ask you that why you are not coming by the road which is passing by our house. And then the passerby, he just erupted, because they were trying to say something but they couldn't. And then they said that why should we? Because you have tied two dogs at the front of the gates and they are very frightening and they are about to tear us, what we can see, and it is due to the fear of those dogs that we do not go, and rather we have to take a very long route to reach our destination. So he came back to his master and narrated the whole thing. The master smiled, and then he went out and then talked to one of the passerbys, and he asked the same thing, that Mister, why don't you please come by the road which passes by my house? Then he said, you are the owner of that house? He said, yes, I am the owner of the house. Then he said that, why are you so proud? What makes you so proud that you have tied two frightening dogs by your gates and which have prevented us to take that path? Because that path was really very easy for us. It was a short route and now we have to take a very long route. Then the master said, but you please come with me and you please. He said, no, I cannot, because those two dogs are really very fearful. They're very frightening and it seems that as if they will pounce on us and they will tear us into pieces. Then he said smilingly, okay, I am here. I am the owner of those dogs too. So why don't you come with me? But he was reluctant, the passerby was reluctant due to his fear. Then somehow the owner of the house, he made him understand, consoled him and said, please come with me. They will not bite you, they will not pounce on you. And gradually brought the passerby near his house, near the gate, and made him stand near the two dogs. And then suddenly, when the passerby came just near the dogs, he just cried out with wonder, what a beautiful art! What a beautiful art! Because then he came to know that those two dogs were not real. They were carved out of stone. They were not real dogs. They were the beautiful sculpture of an artist. And he cried out in wonder, in all his amazement, that how beautiful, how wonderful, how amazing, what a great artist he must have been who has carved these dogs out of stone. This is the story. That means until and unless we know the reality of this world, we will be frightened. Until and unless we come to know the reality of this world, that the reality is the world is not real. It's the creation of a very beautiful creator. Unless and until we can come to know about the creator, going beyond the creation, this world will always be frightening to us. We will always be fearful. In Vedanta it is said that till there is duality, that means when there is two, there will be fear. Till there is two, there will be fear. Until and unless we reach oneness, where we know that there exists only one, and all we see are but the reflections of that Supreme Being, or myself, my real self, or the Supreme Being, till then we cannot overcome our fear by whatsoever means possible. Because wherever there is duality, there is fear. Because either we will be fearful about our enemy or someone, about the competitor who is competing with us. Or if, for example, if I can understand, okay, he is my friend, then the fear of losing my friend will be there. The fear of losing my dear one will be there. So it is only when we surpass this phenomenon of duality, until and unless we can reach that oneness, until and unless we can reach to the Creator beyond this creation, that fear will always get the better of us. So it is when we overcome fear, it is only when we know the Absolute, know the Supreme Being, know our real self, and then come to see that this world we see is but the reflection of ourselves, or is the beautiful creation of the Creator. Until and unless we reach here, we cannot overcome fear. So this is the way to overcome fear, to know the One, to know the Creator behind the creation, or to know my real self.